Hi everyone, the PTR vendor is finally up today and we were able to get to level 300 and here on the equipment, for example, get some gear, some unique. It was pretty easy to get the mythic, but for the unique one it was a little bit harder, but I was able to get some gear and test some build. And this is probably one of the best, if not the best build of Season 8 for the Sorcerer. If you have played the PTR, you know how hard now the pit scaling is. I've seen most of the builds struggling doing pits 90, 95 and barely do 100. On this build, I was able to get pits 110 within 8 minutes. And yeah, I am a bit worried for Eternal player because I feel like most our damage, if not all our damage, are coming from the seasonal power. Basically, I'm using Incinerate Flame and Andariel Flaming Skull. I believe that's the best combination possible for the Sorcerer for this season. You can use this combination with almost any skill, like you can use that with Fireball, with Incinerate, with Fireball, Chain Lightning, even Ice Shard, but I've noticed that there is a little ICG on Andariel Flamecurl, and from my testing, I believe that Ball Lightning and Unstable Current is probably the best setup right now, so I did the build with that. And yeah, I have a full showcase and a full setup. I'm gonna go through all my setup after the showcase. Unfortunately, I don't have a planner yet because Mobility did not update for the PTR, but I will link my page where you can see all my build here. I will update as soon as possible. And yeah, so I think we will just watch our showcase, then I will go through my setup after that. Always the PTR. Took me a long time to put the gear together, that's so annoying. You can trade as far as I know. I haven't tried, but almost sure you can trade it. Man, those ballistas spawn are so bad because they spawn randomly, so it split the damage. They don't spawn at the same place as the elites. So bad. It's actually splitting my damage. They removed the stacking on the boss, like the free stack that you get. This is not in the game anymore. You don't get stacked by hitting when you get hit now. So let's go through my setup. Keep in mind that this is PTR, they might nerf the build. I did not min-max the build, I did the Paragon very quickly. I put the gear that I had together very quickly. The fix, the masterworking and stuff like that might change later when I make my planner, so keep in mind that this is not perfect yet, and I will adapt that later when I have a planner and when I know what changes Blizzard gonna make. So we are using Cinerate Flame. Cinerate Flame, like when you use a mobility skill, it's gonna burn close enemy for 1400% burning damage over 4 seconds. And fortunately, evade is counting as a mobility skill, and as you already know, on the lightning build you can evade a lot. As you can see here, I'm teleporting a lot and I'm proccing a lot of Cinerate Flame, and that's gonna synergize with Andariel Flaming Skull. Burning enemy gonna first take 40% more damage from your damage over time effect, and for 5 seconds after you proc Cinerate's Flame, all your other attack gonna burn enemy for 1200 damage over 3 seconds. As you can see, Ball Lightning is hitting a target 3.3 times per second. With double cast you have 2 Ball Lightning and it's hitting the target 3.3 per second. So that's each tick gonna proc Cinerate, gonna proc Andariel Flaming Skull. Unfortunately, some build like when it's too quick, the ICG here not gonna proc Andariel Flaming Skull too much. I feel like Ball Lightning and Unstable Current was the best setup for this because it's fast enough to proc Andariel Flaming Skull, but not fast enough to go over the ICG. For example, if you hit like 10 times at the same frame, it's gonna count only 1 time, but Ball Lightning, it's gonna count every tick. That's why I'm using Ball Lightning and Unstable Current. The other power gonna be the Lilith one. It's gonna spawn a blister when you hit an elite, and the blister has 10% of the elite, and when you kill the blister, it's gonna deal 10% damage to the elite. That's very useful for build that needs adds like Lightning Spear. And the last one is gonna be Harbinger of Hatred's Volley, and that's gonna give you another 1.3 multiplicative vulnerable damage here. That's why I have a Firebolt on my skill bar. You might wonder why this setup is so strong on the Sorcerer, because this is a burning damage, and this is also burning damage, and on the Sorcerer, our class, we can scale burning damage a lot with Combustion. The current bonus is actually 832%. That's why the build is so strong on the Sorc for the burning one, and this is probably the best combination possible. That's it for the boss power. Let's check our character gear. We are running Shaco for cooldown, so we can teleport a lot. It also gives you toughness. We are running the rune Sam and Tul, because that way we get Frost Nova here. We get another 15% bonus damage. We're gonna Raymond to pull enemies together, as you could see in the showcase. On the glove we have Eng Gulfin Flames, that's gonna give you burning damage, that's also gonna scale your damage. You wanna have Temper. I think they're gonna remove Convulsion, but for the moment we are running Convulsion, Tempering Vulnerable, and the stat's gonna be Ints, attack speed, damage over time. On the pants we run Orange Herald to be able to have Perma Unstable Current uptime. We have Intelligence, Maximum Life. The first side I have Fireball, but it doesn't matter. Then Armor and Conversion. On the boots we have Intelligence, Max Life, and Mana per second. Evade cooldown reduction is pretty important. That's gonna allow you teleport after each attack. For example, here you teleport one, you press one Ball Lightning and it's already up, so you can teleport between each cast, very important. Convulsion also for more damage. Now, as you can see here, Convulsion give you more damage when you have Crackling energy. On the staff I have In, maximum life damage over time, Temper, vulnerable damage. Fire has a little higher value, but it's a lot harder to get fire damage than vulnerable, so I went for vulnerable. Chance for Ball Lightning to double cast, and we have conflagration aspects. That's gonna double dip with combustion here, and we are using incinerate enchantment, and that way we always channeling incinerate, and we always have the 90% bonus damage from burning damage. On the amulet I have intelligent, icy touch, endless fire, evade cooldown rejection, vulnerable. I use ice armor on it. I don't use inner calm because I don't have Snowveil here, and I get crowd control a lot on this build. On the ring, we're gonna use Starless Sky, Masterworking attack speed, and Talrasha here, you wanna Masterwork everything cooldown, and have the 25% multiplicative here. You wanna have as high value as possible on the legendary. On the skill tree here, we got Firebolt here, and Glinting Firebolt for another 1.25x, and that's also gonna synergize with Heartbringer of Hatred Volley. What you're gonna do is you play normally, like you cast your Ball Lightning, you cast your Ice Armor when it's off CZ, you cast your Unstable Current, and from time to time you wanna lay down a Firewall, and then you wanna press some Fireball. As you can see here, spend your mana to have the 1.3 here and the 1.25 from this. I also use Fireball here. As you saw in the showcase, when the target are less than 25% of their life, I press some Fireball and they get executed. That's really helped during the trash clear, and it'll also give you more damage from elemental synergy here. Here you got teleports, ice armor to get more damage, glass cannon here, some toughness protection here. I also got primordial binding for mana generation, because with unstable current you generate a lot of lightning spear and familiar, and those gonna help you to keep your mana up. Otherwise it's very hard to keep your mana on this build. It requires a lot of mana. As you can see here, it's still working because I have a lot of points in invigorating conduit, but primordial binding, it's still very good. I use familiar here for the bonus damage that is spawned by unstable current. We got mana shield here for some toughness, inner flame for some damage. You also lay down some fireball because that's another 1.25 multiplicative. For lightning here, you get some attack speed bonus here, and you also get crackling energy, very good. Now you don't have to pick up the crackling energy anymore thanks to convulsion here. Like it's automatically pick up the crackling energy, and that's energized with invigorating conduit. That's gonna give you mana back. Here you get the classic damage nodes. Here you get elemental synergy for more damage. Here you got some cooldown. Here you got the damage here, some mana cost reduction. This node warm can help you a little bit because all your enemy around you are burning, so sometimes you lose your shield and you just get your life back. Here you got unstable current and convulsion here for the damage, and finally combustion, that is the key of our build here. We are trying to stack as much burning damage as we can to synergize with our boss power here. The power ground board, as I said, I made it very quickly. It took me like 5 minutes, so the final one might change, depend on what Blizzard nerf or not, or what they're gonna change. So we got Flame Feeder here. Flame Feeder damage to burning enemy. This glyph scales with combustion here. That's why we are using Flame Feeder. Then we have Elementalist with Frigid Fate. This is just like a damage. Then on this one we got Tactician. Tactician here, that's gonna buff our burning damage to enemy. Here we got some node burning damage. This one also burning insane, very important, gonna give you more burning damage bonus. This one fundamental release, very important because this one has 79 willpower, and this one torch scale also with combustion. That's why it's very important to have as many willpower as possible on torch. Like if we remove it, for example, let's see, we go down to 254. Let's put it back. Very important. It back, and it's back to 832. And the last one here, we got Enchantment Master. That's gonna give you more damage. That also gonna allow you to reach the teleporting cap faster with Pyromaniac here to deal even more damage. And yeah, on the mercenary, I'm using right here for some toughness and for some damage here. And I'm using Altin too with oh, I didn't even have a I didn't unlock everything, but now I have its Field of Languish here. We use Alkin with Field of Languish, and yeah, on the skill bar we have Fireball. As you can see on the skill rotation, you have to press Fireball from time to time to benefit from the 1.25 here, and the boss power here. You got your Ice Armor to keep you safe and have some toughness and also give you more damage. You press some Fireball when enemy are below 25% to execute them. Ball Lightning to generate more spell from Unstable Current and to refresh your evades. And also the Ball Lightning ticks a lot, have really good AoE when the monsters are packed together. And Firewall to have another 1.25 multiplicative. So yeah, basically that's it for the setup. I don't know if Blizzard gonna nerf this build. Honestly, I'm a bit worried because without this true power, the Sorcerer feels really weak on the PTR. As I said earlier, the other builds are struggling around like pit 95. We can barely do pit 100. I'm also worried about seasonal player, but yeah, let's see what Blizzard gonna do. Hopefully season 8 gonna be a great season. Don't forget, I will put the link to all my build in description. For the moment, I don't have a planner, so it's not ideal, but you have to go on the video and try to pause to get the setup. I will show the Paragon one more time here. This Frigid Fate, Elementalist, Burning Instinct here with a Tactician here. Fundamental Release with Torch, and Pyromaniac with Enchantment Master. So yeah, that's it for me for today. I hope you like this video, and I will see you next time.